Minister for Disabled People, Health, and Work, Mims Davis MP recently shared that the Department for Work and Pensions, DWP, has reduced clearance times for people challenging their Personal Independence Payment, PIP, to 39 days. The DWP minister said this was down to improvements in processes and increasing decision-making capacity. Speaking in the Commons last month, Ms. Davis was responding to Labour MP Jessica Morden's question on what steps the DWP is taking to reduce mandatory reconsideration decision-making time. The DWP minister explained, "We have reduced clearance times from the peak of 79 days in 2021 to 36 days in October 2023 by improving processes and increasing decision-making capacity. We will continue to improve efficiency while ensuring effective decision-making for all reconsiderations." The latest figures show that during the 2022-23 financial year, some 5,300 people successfully challenged the DWP over its initial PIP award decision. Of that total, some 1,500 claimants have also been awarded at least one enhanced payment rate of either the daily living or mobility component of the disability benefit through the mandatory reconsideration process. Some 28% of people awarded PIP at the mandatory reconsideration stage, following an initial decision to not award PIP, received at least one enhanced component. A successful claim for PIP or Adult Disability Payment, ADP, for people living in Scotland, is worth between £28.70 and £184.30 each week in additional financial support, and, as the benefit is paid every 4 weeks, this amounts to between £114.80 and £737.20 every payment period. The annual operating means that existing claimants and people making a new claim for PIP or ADP, could be due up to £9,583.60 over the 2024-25 financial year. If you have made a claim for PIP and disagree with the award decision, you can challenge it. This may include asking for the decision to be looked at again, mandatory reconsideration, lodging an appeal, or taking it to a tribunal. Below are some simple steps to follow if you think the DWP decision-makers got it wrong. Full guidance on challenging benefit decisions can be found on gov.uk here. Check the PIP decision. If you don't understand the decision on your letter, you can ask the DWP to explain it by contacting them using the details on the top right of the decision letter. If you don't know if the decision is right, you can check whether you qualify by doing the PIP self-test on the Benefits and Work website here. This mock test has all the questions plus the points awarded for each answer and will help you understand whether you would score enough points to receive PIP for each component, daily living and mobility, whether you would qualify for the standard or enhanced rate of each component. Ask for mandatory reconsideration. A mandatory reconsideration is when the DWP looks at their decision again and decides whether to change it. The best way to ask for a mandatory reconsideration is to write to the DWP at the address on your decision letter. You normally have 1 month from the date you got your decision letter to ask for mandatory reconsideration. Get a mandatory reconsideration notice. Once the DWP has looked again at the decision, they will send you a mandatory reconsideration notice. The mandatory reconsideration notice will tell you if the decision has been changed or it stays the same. Appeal to a tribunal. If the DWP does not change their decision when you ask them to look at it again, you can appeal to an independent panel, called the tribunal. The tribunal looks at the evidence from both sides, then makes a final decision. It is part of the court system, it is not part of the DWP. When you can appeal to a tribunal, you can appeal any decision made about your PIP claim. Some of the most common reasons are, you did not get PIP, you got a lower level of PIP than you expected, you think your PIP award should last for longer. The appeal will look at whether the decision was right at the time it was made, they won't consider whether your condition has got worse since then. Get advice from your local Citizens Advice, welfare support team at your local council or online at Benefits and Work. To be allowed to appeal to a tribunal, you will need your letter from the DWP with the words mandatory reconsideration notice at the top. If you've lost it, ask them for a new one to send your appeal form in within 1 month of the date shown on the mandatory reconsideration notice. Citizens Advice warns that the tribunal process can take a long time. A statement on their website reads, "The process can be draining, but it's worth remembering that more than half of people who appeal their PIP decision win at a tribunal." If you feel the decision is wrong, don't be put off appealing. Complete the appeal form. There are 2 ways to appeal. You can either fill in an appeal form, called the SSCS1, get a copy of the SSCS1 and check the guidance notes for the SSCS1 on Gov. UK appeal against the decision online on gov.uk. Make sure you complete the whole appeal form, otherwise your appeal could be rejected. Explain why you are appealing. The most important part of the application is grounds for appeal. If you're filling in Form SSCS1, this is Section 5. In this box you need to give the specific reasons why you disagree with the decision. Use your decision letter, statement of reasons and medical assessment report to note each of the statements you disagree with and why. Give facts, examples and medical evidence, if you have any, to support what you're saying. You might have done this already for your mandatory reconsideration letter. If so, you can use the same examples and pieces of evidence again. You can include all this information on a separate sheet if you prefer. Just write "See enclosed information" in the box and attach any papers securely to the form. Tribunals can look at your whole award again. So you should consider whether you risk losing your current award. For example, if you've got evidence to support a daily living component but might lose your mobility award because you can now move better. If you're not sure, you should get advice from your nearest Citizens Advice or support team at your local council. Get the latest record money news. Join the conversation on our Money Saving Scotland Facebook group for energy and money saving tips, the latest benefits news, consumer help and advice on coping with the cost of living crisis. Sign up to our Record Money newsletter and get the top stories sent to your inbox daily from Monday to Friday, including a special cost of living edition on a Thursday. Sign up here. You can also follow us on X, formerly Twitter, at @recordmoney_ for regular updates throughout the day. New, get our money news alerts on your phone by joining our daily Record Money WhatsApp community. Getting help with your appeal. You can get help with your appeal from your local Citizens Advice, or a local disability support agency or group. You might be able to get someone like an advisor or a solicitor to act as your representative during the appeal, but they're not always available. A representative can help you with the paperwork and might speak on your behalf. Don't worry if you don't have a representative, the tribunal board is most interested in hearing how your condition affects you and in your own words. Support from a friend or family member can really help, and you can do it without a professional. Tribunal dates availability. Ask for what you need. You can add the dates you're not available and information about anything you need at the hearing. If you're filling in Form SSCS1, this is Section 7. think about anything that might stop you being able to go to the hearing and to write it down. For example, you can only attend a hearing during school hours because of childcare responsibilities, holidays, you've booked any dates, you've got important medical appointments. If you don't mention these and the hearing is booked for a date you're not available, you might not be able to change it. Sending the form: if you fill out the online form, it's sent when you've completed it. If you've filled out the paper form, send your documents to Courts and Tribunals Service, not to the DWP. The address is on the form. You should include the following: the completed SSCS1 form, a copy of your mandatory reconsideration notice, any further evidence you have. You can also send this later. Citizens Advice Guidance states to post your appeal documents by recorded delivery if you can. Otherwise, go to your local post office to post them and ask for proof of postage. This can help you later if the tribunal service says you didn't meet the deadline or if the letter gets lost in the post. Courts and Tribunals Service will check the form and then ask the DWP for their response within another 28 days. For more advice about challenging a PIP decision and understanding the tribunal process, Citizens Advice have detailed information plus examples of statements showing what to write when making an appeal. You can find all this information here. Join our daily Record Money WhatsApp community here to receive alerts on the latest money news, from benefits to shopping deals.